Hello and welcome to another Pierce County Library System cooking program. My name is Matthew. I normally work at the South Hill Library. And today I'm going to be walking you through how to make instant ramen, which I know on the face sounds pretty obvious. You know, instant ramen's pretty quick and easy. But I'm actually going to share a sort of improved recipe I use. And what I like about this dish is it's fast, easy, and pretty inexpensive. Okay, and so let's run through the ingredients real quick and then we will get to the cooking. So you're going to want to start with 2 cups of water, 2 cups of chicken stock, or if you want it to be vegetarian, turn that into 2 additional cups of water. In addition to that, you're going to want 1 teaspoon worth of chopped ginger, and you can kind of chop that as finely as you want, just depending on how you want the taste to be. You want half a teaspoon of sesame seeds. In addition to that, you're going to want 2 tablespoons worth of chili oil, and you can see I have a lot of sediment in there, that's just fine. You're going to want 1 teaspoon worth of sesame oil, 2 teaspoons worth of soy sauce, and I know it's already a soy sauce flavored ramen, but it'll add some thickness to the broth and a little bit more of just an underlying, like, fullness to it. You're also going to want 1 teaspoon worth of chopped garlic, 1 egg, and 2 teaspoons of sambal oelek. Okay, and let's go ahead and get to the cooking. Okay, so we're going to start by going ahead and assembling the broth. So we're going to take those 2 cups of water and the 2 cups of chicken stock. And you are going to go ahead and take that flavor packet that comes with the ramen itself. We're not going to throw that away. We're going to go ahead and pour that in. And once that's in there, we're going to go ahead and add our 2 teaspoons of sambal oelek. And that's going to add quite a bit of heat to it. So if you want it to be not quite so spicy, you can add 1 teaspoon instead. We're going to add the 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. And when we mix everything together, you'll see the broth darken a little bit. That's largely thanks to the soy sauce, and that's why we want it. It's to get that darker, thicker, overall more flavorful broth. We're going to take that 1 teaspoon worth of garlic, our 2 tablespoons worth of chili oil and chili cinnamon, you'll notice the oil all floats to the surface. That's perfectly fine. That's what's supposed to happen. Our 1 teaspoon worth of sesame oil, half teaspoon of sesame seeds, and our 1 teaspoon worth of ginger. We're going to go ahead and just mix that broth together. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and head over to the stove, and we're going to have a little bit more to do over there. Okay, so now that we have our broth on the stove, we're going to go ahead and just bring it to a simmer on kind of a medium heat. And generally speaking, I like to take all the little noodle crumbs that are kind of in the ramen packet and kind of put them in its bin. I'm going to put them in at this point because they'll get very soft and nice and kind of like add a little bit more body to the broth. So we're gonna bring this to like just the edge of a simmer, and we're gonna then put the noodles in. Okay, and so you can see that we've brought our broth to a boil, and I have the dry noodles. Sometimes I like to try and separate them a little bit because it's kind of folded double. Just because it tends to cook a little bit more evenly. And we're going to let those noodles cook for just a couple of minutes until they start to get soft, but we don't want to let them get completely cooked all the way through, because there's one last thing we're going to do before we finish up. Okay, so I let our noodles go for probably less than a minute, and so they're starting to soften up. You can see them separating a little bit. And once they get to that point, we're going to take our egg. We're going to go ahead and crack it. And very carefully, we're going to very close to the surface, we're going to put our egg down. We want it to kind of stay together so that the egg will get cooked as kind of one unit, but then when we eat the ramen we can tear apart. And so we are going to let that egg cook, and then we will be all finished up. Okay, so you can see our finished product here. We have some of the egg floating up over on the side, some of our noodles. And this is something that is probably best to serve one person. And yeah. So, thank you for watching this Pierce County Library System video program, and I hope you have a wonderful day.